So as a lot of you guys are aware, I'm a big time Borderlands fan, okay? I think Borderlands 1 and 2 are some of the best looter shooters that have ever been made, all right? They are badass games. They're a lot of fun, and the fact that you could play with your friends and whatnot in co-op was also just a nice extra twist. I think it's great. I think Borderlands is a fantastic IP, and I wish it was given the respect. Unfortunately, every time that Hollywood gets their hands on something like this, they just got to make it for the modern audience, ladies and gentlemen.
For a modern gaming audience.
So we have an article here from Smash JT with a headline that reads, Borderlands movie is a full-blown disaster. Borderlands movie set for box office disaster amid scathing reviews. Now, when I saw this, I could not believe my eyes. I have never, and I mean never, seen a movie open up with a 0%. Now, obviously, this number is going to change. There's no doubt about it, but it's not like this was taken with one review. Right? It's not like this was screenshotted with 2 reviews. This was screenshotted with 10 critic reviews. I need you guys to understand, a lot of movies, most of the time anyway, usually only get anywhere from 30 to 60 critics to review it on average. Some of the biggest movies will have over 100, but still 10 reviews, and you're at 0%. That is absolute insanity. So let's get into this article, guys, from smashjt.com. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. It says the once highly anticipated Borderlands movie, directed by Eli Roth, is facing a ton of criticism from actual film critics ahead of its release on August 9, 2024. With a staggering budget of $110 to $120 million, the film is already being labeled a box office flop. Currently, as of this writing, holding a 0% rating. And he says, I've never seen that, to be honest, which I never have either. I've never seen this before. On Rotten Tomatoes from 10 critic reviews, Borderlands is said to be cinematic misfire that fails to capture the essence of the beloved video game franchise it's based on. The film centers around Lilith, which again, Lilith is a great character, all right? She's awesome. She was in my waifu battle. She's awesome. I don't know who the fuck this is, but that's not Lilith, okay? I don't know who they picked. I have no idea who this actress is. It's like an 80-year-old fucking woman playing Lilith, but whatever. I mean, okay, you sound off, Queen. It's just, Kate Blanchett. Okay, my bad, Kate Blanchett. So Kate Blanchett is not Lilith. I'm sorry. This, like, man, what the fuck, bro? Why would you, I don't know. Anyway, an infamous bounty hunter with a mysterious past who returns to her chaotic home of Pandora, tasked with finding the missing daughter of the universe's most powerful man, Atlas, portrayed by Edgar Ramirez. Lilith forms an alliance with a group of misfits. The ensemble cast includes Kevin Hart as Roland, Ariana Greenblatt as Tiny Tina, and Florian, I don't know how to say that name, as Craig, Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis, and Jack Black as the cracking robot Claptrap. Together, they battle alien species and dangerous bandits, aiming to uncover one of Pandora's most explosive secrets. Then it says, despite the star-studded cast and vibrant setting, the movie has not impressed critics, to say the least. Edgar Ortega of Loud & Clear Reviews describes Borderland as what an out-of-touch executive thinks the cool kids will find appealing. Noted that the film is filled with obnoxious quips that feel outdated as soon as they're uttered. The critic underscores a fundamental disconnect between the film's attempt at humor and its execution, resulting in a movie that struggles to resonate with its audience. Now, I saw a lot of the advertising around this film, and I know that they were basically saying that they were going to do their own thing. The moment I see somebody adapt an IP, right, like Borderlands, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, whatever, and the first things out of their mouth is, we're going to do our own thing with this, yeah, I'm not exactly going to be excited to see your film. I'm just being honest with you, because I'm excited to see on film what I read about or what I played, right? So if it's based off a video game, I want to see what I know about the video game play out on screen. If I don't see that, then I'm checked out. I'm not going to want to see your version of this IP. I don't need to see your version. I already played the version that is the version, which is the video game or the comic book or the manga or the anime or whatever. Like, I saw that version and I want to see it play out on big screen in live action. That's the whole fucking reason that you are adapting a known IP. Otherwise, if you want to do your own kind of, I guess sci-fi kind of thing, then go do that with your own IP. Make your own IP. Make up something new. But unfortunately, they are creatively bankrupt, so they have to take something that already exists and corrupt the shit out of it. Otherwise, they would not be able to make anything at all. This is their biggest weakness in Hollywood right now. Then it says that Jake Kleinman from Inverse acknowledges the film's efforts to create a visually appealing post-apocalyptic world, saying it gets points for crafting a vibrant post-apocalyptic setting. However, he ultimately dismisses it as Guardians of the Galaxy with worse jokes. The comparison highlights the film's struggle to differentiate itself from other sci-fi franchises and its failure to deliver the humor and charm that made the Borderlands game so popular. Barry Hertz of Globe and Mail further criticizes it's tonally messy and narratively janky with paced over narration that reeks of creative indecision. Such comments point to deeper issues within the film's structure and storytelling, suggesting a lack of cohesive vision that even the most dedicated fans of the franchise would be disappointed with. And ultimately, the reason why that's all happening is simply because they decided to do their own thing, right? There's nothing wrong with trying to do your own thing with small aspects of the story, right? If you want to kind of change, a little bit here and there to make it more exciting on the big screen, then that's totally fine. I get that. But if you are making your entire own story and just making this shit up as you go along and you're just using characters that were based in the world of a different story, it's not going to come together very well, right? These characters exist in another story already, and they're written and told for that story. Now you're trying to take those characters that were meant for that story and build your own story around them, even though people know them from a previous one. It just won't work. It doesn't work often. Very rarely will that work. You are just so creatively bankrupt, and I'm so sick and tired of them taking IPs that they know they're not going to respect. What's the fucking reason of you adapting Borderlands in the first place if you're not even going to try to tell the same story, right? If you're not even going to try to tell it in the same way, it just doesn't, it's so boring. And then they try to say, oh, well, telling the same thing is boring. Not to fans of the game, not to fans who actually enjoy the IP. It's people who don't enjoy the IP. It's people who don't play the actual games that will try to tell you it's boring to say the same story. Why would that be boring? If you are a fan of the game, if you're a fan of the IP, you're going to be looking for what you know within that game, within that story. It is not boring to them, which is why you should be making a fucking movie based on what the fans want. How many Deadpool Wolverine movies do we need before you guys realize that the fans run this shit? Like, how many do we need? Because it's not you guys, and it's not the wokies. They damn sure don't buy anything. So it's not them. Who are you making these movies for? Right? Like, Deadpool and Wolverine is very clear. The fans absolutely run this shit. They run everything. And if you want a successful movie, you need to make a movie based on what the fans are looking for. And you guys know what the fucking fans are looking for because they're very vocal. The fans tell you what they're looking for all the time. You're purposely ignoring it for whatever reason. Maybe you don't like them. Maybe you hate them, whatever. That's fine. But you then cannot complain that your movie's going to flop because it is. Like, I really feel like this movie's going to be a massive flop, but I guess time is going to tell once it actually releases. But still, this thing it's a fucking joke. It's a joke. To open at 0%, 0%? I've never seen that before. With such overwhelmingly negative reviews, the Borderlands movie seems guaranteed for a dismal performance at the box office. While professional critics are always met with skepticism these days, their unified hatred for this film, even existing, speaks volumes. Borderlands was unable to capture the magic of the original games and instead delivered a product that falls flat on multiple fronts. So again, guys, shout out to Smash JT. If you guys are not following his website, please make sure to go check it out. And if you like the content, hit subscribe and all that good stuff. But yeah, this movie, I knew from the jump, the moment it was announced, that this was going to be a massive failure because they just don't care. They don't care about adopting the game properly. They don't care about telling a story that Borderlands fans are actually going to like. They took Borderlands and they said, what do we like? Let's make a movie that we like. And that's what they did. So now they made a movie that they themselves are going to want to watch, but nobody else will. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.